Hey guys, today we're just looking at this machine. This is a Packard Bell PB 500. There's actually a little bit of story behind this. You may have seen this computer on YouTube. There's a user, he has a pretty cool channel via Westlife, and this is actually the same machine. This is his machine. The configuration's a little different, and I bought it off him maybe about 2 years ago, maybe a little bit less than that. And it was my main 8088 machine here for a while, and recently I replaced it with the Commodore Colt. So I just want to do a quick video on it because I did change it a little bit since then. So, you know, I guess there's never too much information out there. Well, unless that information's bad or false, then there is. But anyways, yeah. And also I'd like to say, you know, his videos, I really advise you go check his videos out. They kind of, you know, I had the blog for a long time, and I kind of wanted to get into videos, but I didn't want to spend like a ton of money. And you know, his videos, they're really just pretty basically what I've done to this point. It's just a guy with a camera talking about a machine, not a lot of fancy effects and stuff. And although I've added some intro musics and some fancy things, and they might get better as time goes on. You know, he really kind of showed me that you can do these kind of videos and they could still be informative and people will still watch them. So whether that's for the better or the worse for me making these, I guess we'll find out. But this is the machine. Let's see. On the front here, there's two drives. When I originally got this machine, it had this. This is actually different. I changed it, but it had a 720 kilobyte floppy drive, and down here was a hard drive, an MFM hard drive. I had to take that out because I needed the hard drive for IBM restoration project. So I did replace it with this. This is a 360 kilobyte 5¼ inch drive, which is kind of appropriate for the machine. The funny thing, this drive, it's not really a standard. You know, usually it has the handle that does this, but this came from a K-Pro machine, but it works just fine in this one. So I actually really like this drive. It seems really high quality. I like, you know, I like how it locks the disc in. It actually seems a little bit, the sound it makes is really different from a regular drive. It seems a little quieter. I don't know. It just seems like a really good quality drive in there. So here's the back. Like I said, I'm not going to go too much into this machine. This is just going to be kind of a brief overview here, but you've got a built-in serial port and a built-in parallel port, which is nice, and you got some dip switches. I'm not sure I remember what that does. It's not for video because there's no built-in video. So let's take a look inside this thing. Now this opens with there's 4 screws, and there's one in the back which I have forgotten to unscrew, and that's why it's not opening. So we'll get back when I open this thing. Alright, so here's the inside of the machine. Nothing too fancy here. I had to use a Molex converter since the built-in power supply only comes with two of these, the style that's for 5¼ inch floppies and the MFM or hard drives, anyways. But yeah, I had to use like an enclosure. This isn't the original one. This one's actually a little bit wonky, so yeah, this board also uses a piezo beeper speaker, like a lot of boards, unfortunately. So installed here there's a slot for an 8087, which I used to have installed, but I think I took it out to put in the Commodore Colt. The CPU though, this was upgraded. Before I bought it, it was upgraded, and this is an NEC V20. That's really kind of a standard upgrade for these 8088 machines. It kind of gives you an instant boost in power with almost complete compatibility. 1, 2, 3, 5 slots for expansion. There's 640 kilobytes of memory built into this board. Not really much else to say. The floppy controller is built in, so you don't need a floppy controller. For video, I was just using this. If you've watched my videos, you've seen this, not this exact card, but the same model. This is a Trident 8900C. So pretty decent 8-bit and 16-bit cards. Now in the last video I showed this card, that was in a 286. That was an IBM model 3286, and that had 16-bit ISA slots. And as I said, this is dual. It works in both. So this works fine in an 8-bit slot. So, well, it's not really, because I don't know. But see, the back part just isn't connected, but it doesn't require it. So this card works just fine in this machine. So just like that. And it just works as a VGA card. It originally came with a CGA card, which I also cannibalized for my IBM restoration project. So, but yeah, this is pretty much it. It's pretty cool, pretty reliable machine. Alright, so thank you for watching.